Assalamualaikum and good day, my student. My name is AHMAD SYAMIL bin Muhammad Basri. I'm going to teach you the Form 5 Biology 1.3, the growth curve of plant. So do you guys ready to learn for this topic?
Ready, sir.
Yes.
Yes, that's the spirit. First, let me open my slide first. Okay, do you guys see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for your response. So, first of all, before we start, I want to ask you guys about what is picture is about.
Me, sir.
Yes,
I think this picture is about the human growth life cycle, sir.
yes, that's correct, Athirah. It is the human growth life cycle. We can see they have their type, stage, and their between the duration of the years that they have depending on their stage.
So, what's about the plant?
Any idea?
My opinion, sir. Plant also has stage and different type of growth.
Yes, that's true, one. And this is what we are going to learn today. The growth and the stage of the plant and their type. So let's see. In this chapter, you can see we will learn about the identify the type of the plant based on their life cycle. And we will describe the growth curve of the plant. We'll also relate the type of plant with their growth curve. Let's see the type of plant based on their life cycle. We have three: the annual plant, the biennial plant, and the perennial plant. We will see for each topic more detail. All right, let's see the annual plant. Annual plant, they actually have one life cycle for a season or a year. Sometimes the plant may complete their cycle in a season, almost depending on what the plant is, maybe 3 months to 6 months, or even a year. But this plant, they will die when they complete their cycle. So you cannot take their fruit, you cannot harvest them. You must plant a new one to make them produce new fruit. They start from germination and they end with flowering or the producing seed. As example, you can see here, it is from a paddy plant, pumpkin, and watermelon. So let's move to biennial plant. The biennial plant, they give 2 years with 2 seasons of the growth to complete their life cycle. It's depending. That's why they call it 2 years or 2 seasons. Some plants, they maybe take 2 years, but some plants, a season indicate their growth 3 to 6 months or even 8 months. So this plant, this biennial plant, they usually grow in temperate region. After they complete their life cycle, they will die. Their growth season is divided to 2. The first growth season, they grow of the root, leaf, and stem. This is more toward vegetative growth. The second growth is flowering, fruit, and seed. It is for reproduction growth. In the second stage, we can see the fruit, and we can harvest the fruit in the second growth stage. So the example, we can see the cabbage, the carrot, and silver comb. Next is the perennial plant. This perennial plant, they live more than 2 years because they have longer lifespan. This plant, they are able to produce and bear fruits many times. Because of their lifespan is long, so they produce many times. Usually this plant, they adapt stable surrounding and they can tolerate with temperature change. So this plant, they can be classified 2 categories. Woody perennial plant is more like woody stem. They are hard plant and usually their stem and leaf is woody, more stronger. And herbaceous perennial plant is more like a soft stem plant. Like you can see in the picture here, it is grass. Grass also a perennial plant, although they are small because they live longer and grow more. We can see the example here: grass, hibiscus plant, and mango plant. And this is the main topic here, the growth curve. The annual plant, first we look at annual plant. The annual plant here, it is sigmoid curve. You can see there are 4 stages Stages A, they are decreasing dry mass. Stages B, they are increasing dry mass. And stages C, they are constant dry mass. And stages D, decreasing dry mass. It's like because they live only once. Yes, they start to grow, and when they mature, the rate of growth is 0, and they die. That's why decreasing. So let's see the banyan plant. They have 2 growth seasons. This graph also shows the combine of 2 sigmoid curves. The first one, in the first growth season, they produce leaf, and the photosynthesis take place. And the food they store in tuber. For the second growth, the food store is used to produce flower and seed. So that's why they have 2 sigmoid curve. And the last one is perennial plant. They are more likely a small sigmoid curve in here because their development and their rate of growth is higher. And we can see the light intensity increase the rate of photosynthesis. If you look at Malaysia, they are higher light intensity. That's why we can see many tall trees in our region, and we also don't have winter. We don't have 4 seasons in our Malaysia, so that's what make the plant can grow more. So, do you guys have any question?
I have questions, sir.
Yes, Aina.
I have questions, sir. What is sigmoid curve in the plant growth curve?
That's a good question, Aina. The sigmoid curve in the plant growth curve is the S shape, as you can see in the slide. And it is the S shape curve is used because the life organism, they use the sigmoid curve. That's a good question. Any more question?
I have a question, sir.
Yes, Alia.
Why they use dry mass in the growth curve?
Yes, that's a good question. They use the dry mass in the growth curve because it is more accurate. Let's see some example here. As you can see, the same species, they have the same type, but they have a different water content in their body. So we want to calculate their weight. It is not accurate because the water is contained in their body. So we must remove them. So when they have empty water, it is more accurate to calculate their mass. So is that answering your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir.
All right, most welcome. Any more question?
No, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Let's move to our slide. All right, next, let's do some activity. In this activity, I would like you guys to find a partner and form a group. And you can give us group name. Please provide a group name because in this activity, we're gonna see a picture. And I want you guys to answer on what picture and it is shown in the slide later. So, have you guys find your partner?
Yes, sir. I will partner with Wan Alia, and our group name is Jasmine.
Yes, well done, Athirah and Wan Alia. And the Jasmine group is a good name. The Jasmine group is a good name. It is a plant name. It is a flower name. So, next group.
I will be with Nurul Alia, sir. Our group name is Hibiscus.
Yes, well done, Aina and Alia. The hibiscus, it is also a good name. It is the national flower of our country. So let's start with the first group, the Jasmine group. So I would like, here is the picture. From the picture, I would like to ask Wan Alia. As you can see from this picture, what are these pictures show? And what is the example of the plant except from the given textbooks?
It is the annual plant growth curve, and the plant is corn.
Yes, that's correct. This is an annual growth plant growth curve, and the corn also correct because the growth once and they will die. So I would like to ask Athirah. As you can see here, there is the B region, the circle in the B region. So I would like to ask, what can you describe what are this B region?
I think the B region of the growth curve indicate that the rate of growth is increasing. This is because the plant carry out photosynthesis during that stage.
Yes, it's correct. Well done, Athirah. This is the increasing because they are the increasing of their dry mass. The rate of growth increasing rapidly because they have the leaf that carry out the photosynthesis. Well done, Jasmine group. You have answered all correctly. So let's move to next group, which is hibiscus. So hibiscus group, I would like to ask Alia. All right. And in this picture, what are the graph shows is about? And give example of the plant except from the given from the textbooks.
In my opinion, it is the biennial plant growth curve, and the example is onion.
All right. Well done, Alia. That's correct. There is the biennial plant growth curve. And the example is onion, also correct, because they have the two growth season. And in this graph, you can see there are two sigmoid curve. So let's move to next question. I would like to ask Aina. As you can see, there's the A region. Can you describe what is A region in this growth curve?
The A region is the first growth season. That stage is where the plant has already do the photosynthesis process and food store in tubers.
Yes, that's correct, Aina. This is the first growth season. The plant has produced the leaf and the photosynthesis has taken the place. Because they are, when the graph is decreasing, it is true that the food they can store in the tubers. So well done, hibiscus group, and well done to all of you. You have answered all the question and the activity correctly. Give a pause to all of you. All right, this is the last part, the conclusion. So from this activity, I would like to have a volunteer what we have learned today.
Me, sir.
Yes, Athirah.
For me, I have learned about type of plant that consists annual, biennial, and perennial. And also for each of the type of plant, they have their own growth curve depending on their life cycle.
Yes, that's good opinion. That's also correct. We have learned that plant has three types of growth curve, which is the annual, biennial, and perennial. And we also learn it from the growth curve they have, which is the different based on their different type. So we have already learned in this topic to identify the type of plant based on their life cycle, and we also can describe the growth curve of plant, and we have already learned and can relate the type of plant with their growth curve. So from this lesson, it is we can see that as example, we can see why farmer that plant the corn crops, they harvest when they harvest the corn, they need to plant new one. It is because the corn is annual plant. And also we can see why onion, when we keep longer, they start to germinate leaf. It is because the onion is biennial plant. So that's what we have learned today. And before we end our lesson today, I would like to give you all homework. In this homework, I would like all of you to take the picture of any plant located in your house area and state what type of plant is that and describe about the growth curve of that plant. After that, send your homework by our WhatsApp groups. The due date is by tomorrow before 5 p.m. Do you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That's all from our lesson today. See you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank
you, sir.
All right. Most
See you.
welcome. See you guys next time.